titled Equations as Functions. Functions can also be represented by an equation. The equation will generate ordered pairs by taking an input value or an x number that represents a certain output value, which will be our y number. The x value is always called the independent variable, and the y is always called the dependent variable. The graph of an equation is the set of all ordered pairs, which often form a line or a curve. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at some function tables that we're going to set up. When we set up a function table, we put in the values of x that we are given. Then we put in our function, and our function is what y equals. And then we're going to generate our output or our y's. So you'll notice I took my function x plus 7 and I put my -1 in for x. So now I have -1 plus 7. Then I'm going to put my 0 in for x, 0 plus 7. Then I'm going to put my 2 in for x, 2 plus 7. And I'm going to put my 4 in for x, 4 plus 7. Now I'm going to generate my output. So -2 plus 7, -1 plus 7 is 6. 0 plus 7 is 7. 2 plus 7 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. Now that I have my x coordinate and I have my y coordinate, I'm going to write my ordered pair. So my -1 goes in for my x, my 6 goes in for my y. The 0 goes in for the x, the 7 goes in for the y. The 2 goes in for the x, the 9 goes in for the y. The 4 goes in for the x, and the 11 goes in for the y. All right, so now we're going to look at our next function. Our next function is y equals x minus 13. So I put my function in, and now I'm going to substitute in my 3 for the x. So it's going to be 3 plus -13, 6 plus -13, because when do we subtract? Never. We add a line, change the sign, or we keep, change, change. We put our 9 in for our x, 9 plus -13, and put our 12 in for our x, 12 plus -13. Now what we're going to do is we're going to generate our y's. So 3 plus -13 is going to give us -10. 6 plus -13 gives us -7. 9 plus -13 gives us -4. And 12 plus -13 gives us -1. Now we're going to go ahead and write our ordered pairs. So we're going to take our 3 and our -10, our 6 and our -7, our 9 and our -4, and our 12 and our -1. So again, all my x values went in for my x coordinate, all my y values went in for my y coordinate. All right, when do we subtract? Never. What do we do instead? We add a line and change the sign, or we keep, change, change. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and generate our y values. So 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 3 is 4. And 1 plus 2 is 3. We're going to go ahead and write our ordered pairs. -5, 6. -4, 5. -3, 4. And -2, 3. Okay, our next one. Now we are multiplying 2 times our value of x. So we're going to take our x value and put it in. and we're going to multiply it times 2. So 2 times 0 is 0, plus negative 7, because we never subtract. We add a line, change the sign, or we keep, change, change. So that's going to give us a negative 7. 2 times 2 is 4, plus negative 7 is negative 3. 2 times 5 is 10, plus negative 7 is positive 3. 2 times 8 is 16, plus negative 7 gives us 9. And now we're going to put our ordered pairs in. So when x is 0, y is negative 7. When x is 2, y is negative 3. When x is 5, y is 3. When x is 8, y is 9. All right, and this one, now we're multiplying 1/2 times our x, and then we're subtracting 9. So we're going to take our value of x and put it in. We're going to multiply it times 1/2, and then we're going to add negative 9. So 1/2 times negative 6 is going to give us negative 3, plus negative 9 gives us negative 12. 1/2 times negative 2 is negative 1, plus negative 9 is negative 10. 1/2 times 0 is 0, plus negative 9 is negative 9. 1/2 times 14 is 7, plus negative 9 is negative 2. I'm going to write our ordered pairs. When x is negative 6, y is negative 12. When x is negative 2, y is negative 10. When x is 0, y is negative 9. And when x is 14, y is negative 2. Now we're going to take our x value, we're going to multiply it times negative 4/3, and then we're going to add positive 11. So as we're doing the multiplication, we're going to get y is going to be 23, y is going to be 15, y is going to be 7, and y is going to be 3. And again, you multiplied your negative 4/3 times negative 9 would give you a positive 12. Then you add your 11 and you get your 23. We're going to go ahead and put our ordered pairs in. Negative 9, 23, negative 3, 15, 3, 7, 6, 3. Now let's look at it. Another way of doing it is not necessarily putting in the function table, but we can also just quickly generate an equation. All right. Let me see. My screen is different.